Hey everyone, Mike here, and as you know on this channel, we talk a ton about the customer buying cycle, and up until this point, we have not touched the mobile experience and how Amazon ads show up on the mobile experience. And that has a big part to do with the customer buying cycle because lots of studies and recent statistics show that nearly 80% of shoppers start their experience on mobile and then move over to desktop. So in today's video, we're gonna go over the mobile experience for Amazon shoppers. I'm gonna show you where your ads are gonna show up across all the different ad types. So this way you have a better understanding of how to target shoppers. Let's dig in. Welcome everyone. So the reason why this video came about is that I came across an amazing article by my friend Joe Reichfeld on how to optimize your listing for mobile. In that article, which I will link to below, he goes over that 80% of searches starts on mobile and then 65% of those purchases end up on desktop. So it's incredibly important to have your listing optimized for both mobile and desktop. Now, typically when I make content, when I make videos, I am showing you desktop only. So I have never shown the mobile view, and we will be doing this in future videos because like I said, it is incredibly important to make sure that you are thinking mobile when you're thinking about your advertising strategy. That being said, there is no way currently to target specifically mobile unless you're using DSP. We do think there's going to be a rollout in the future where you can actually target mobile, but currently there's no way to differentiate between the two when you're setting up your ads. All right, so we are on the home screen of Amazon, and a couple of interesting things that I noticed right away. As I scroll down the page, you're gonna see that this right over here does look like an ad, and I don't think it is an ad. It doesn't say that it's an advertisement. So I think that Amazon is doing some retargeting because I did look at this product the other day, and perhaps if you have a coupon, Amazon will do some retargeting on your behalf. So just keep in mind that I don't think this is an advertisement, although it very well could be. It just doesn't say sponsored over here. As I go further down the page, there's gonna be all of these different sections and tiles. Most of it is based on my search history, so you guys can see what I've been looking at for the last month or so. Okay, so here's another product. This is a retargeting ad. Once again, immune health, immune support. What I wanna highlight here is check out how they're catching our attention as we scroll up and down. It's switching between the image of the product and the headline, the world's leading immune health supplement. Now, this type of ad is a sponsored display ad, which you can easily set up inside of Seller Central. Also, I believe DSP ads can show up in this position. And I think if we scroll further down the page, there's going to be a DSP ad. Now, keep in mind that I did not see any sponsored product ads or sponsored brand ads on the homepage of Amazon, just a lot of sponsored display ads. Here's a really cool one that combines the coupon, save 5%. Here it says sponsored, and you can see that this is the sponsored display ad retargeting me for the same product that I showed you before. So very cool. So perhaps that one up above was a sponsored ad after all. All right, so next let's look at the search results page, which is going to be probably the most important page for advertisers. And you can see at the very top, we have our beautiful sponsored brand ads, the headline search ads that shows up at the very top. Now this could either be a store spotlight ad or a sponsored brand headline ad. And this is an example of a sponsored brand headline ad where you can see and scroll to the right to see all the different products that are listed and actually go over to the Gorilla Grip store in this example. So furthermore, going down the page, you can see that sponsored product ads are showing up. There's two at the very top. This is considered the top of search, these two positions over here. And as I scroll down the page, there's our beautiful sponsored brand video ad followed, and look how much space that takes up. Oh my gosh, check this out. So look at the real estate of a sponsored product ad and then compare that on mobile to the sponsored brand video ad. You can see that just the video itself takes up an entire tile that the sponsored product ad would take up. Plus, it looks like it's taking up 2 times the amount of a sponsored product ad. Very cool, takes up a lot of real estate. Then we have these articles. There are ways that you can get your product listed on these articles. Maybe we'll do another video about that in the future. So scrolling down, you can see more sponsored product ads and probably another row of sponsored product ads. Nope. Okay, at the very bottom over here, this is a DSP or a sponsored display ad showing up in the search results on the first page. And then we have brands related to your search. This is a sponsored brand ad showing up at the very bottom of the page. So overall on the search results page, we found that there were between 7 and 10 ads that were shown. So as you can see, the search results section is littered with advertisements. Okay, so next we have the product detail page. And one thing I want to point out is that when I click on this listing or any listing, the very first ad that's going to show up is right over here at the top. This is a top strip sponsored display ad. One thing I wanted to point out is it takes a couple couple seconds for this advertisement to load. And when I was doing it on my phone, I actually scrolled past it before it actually had a time to load. So does that impact the visibility of that ad? It probably does, because people are probably going to be scrolling right away. So just keep that in mind, that it does take a little time for this sponsored display top strip ad to load. Now, as I go down the page, you can see that there are no ads initially, but when I go down past the detail section, here's another one of those sponsored display ads. This is actually a DSP ad where you may or may not have access to this. And I love how Amazon is catching your eye with this scroll and drawing you in to this DSP ad. So as we go down, we have the frequently bought together, and then we have our first row of sponsored product ads. Now, you're probably going to notice a lot of impressions and a high amount of reach when you're looking into your advertising reports. A lot of that comes from sponsored product ads on the product detail page. So as we scroll down the page, you can see here frequently bought together, and then we get to the very first row of sponsored product ads. Now, you're going to notice in your reports that you're going to see a lot of impressions, and most of those impressions for sponsored product ads are coming on the product detail page because you have these carousels that show multiple products. So here's where you're going to get that broad visibility, that discovery phase reach. You can really target a lot of different ASINs and get a lot of visibility and reach on these product detail pages. Just keep in mind that it's not the most valuable real estate. The click-through rate percentage is ultimately very much lower than on the search result page, as well as the conversion rate is much lower. All right, so let's continue further down the page. Here we have the product image gallery. Once again, this is not an advertisement. This is just the native Amazon listing. Go ahead and check out Joe Reichfeld's article on this. Once again, it was really helpful to point out how to optimize your listing to make all of this really stand out. Compare with similar items. This is just native to the listing here. Let's keep on going down. I don't see much in terms of advertising, more images, A+ content, features and details. Finally, we get to the bullet points, and boom, this is like a really big block of text. Just a little hint, guys, this is way too much text and not very scannable whatsoever. We'll have a video on that very soon. Then we have product information. Any more advertisements here? Let's check it out. Videos, but this is not sponsored brand videos. Let's go here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so brands related to this category on Amazon. So here we have some nice category targeting using sponsored brand ads showing up on the middle of the product detail page. And you can see we can scroll over and see all the different brands that lead to the brand's storefront. All right, then we have related posts. At the time of making this video, this is not something you have to pay for, but you can go ahead and make those posts inside of your advertising console. All right, scrolling down the page here, we can see another ad that shows up. This looks to be like a DSP ad because of the add to cart button over here, but this slot could also be taken up by a sponsored display ad with a custom image. And going further down, we have some questions. Check this out now. Amazon's always coming up with new names for this sponsored section. More ideas. That's an interesting one. And you can see that as I scroll over to the right, there's going to be so many different ads that show up. These are all sponsored product ads on the product detail page for mobile. And as we go down, let's see, we got all of the reviews. I'm going to scroll past the reviews. And here's another section, another carousel for sponsored product ads on mobile. So this is where you're getting all of those impressions from. A lot of it comes from the sponsored product ads. And also, like we said before, 80% of searches start on mobile. So this could be a great way to get that initial reach by taking advantage of these sponsored product ads on the product detail page. Let's go further down. Here's another example of a DSP ad or a sponsored display ad could show up right over here at the very bottom. All right, so we almost made it to the end. Right now I'm on my cart page. As you can see, I have 12 mystery items in my cart. I'm actually not even sure what's in my cart, and I don't want to proceed to check out, but here we go. I just added this product to my cart, and you can see it's right in here. But as I scroll down the page, you're going to see carnitine, chlorella. You guys got an inside look into my life. Transreveratol. Green superfood, cool. But as we go down the page here, you're going to see that there's some other advertisements, I believe. Here we go. Here's a carousel that shows up on the cart page for sponsored product ads. So here's another reason why you have so many impressions. A lot of those impressions are showing up in the actual cart page for sponsored product ads. And here we have even more sponsored products related to items in your cart. And let's see if there's any more that show up, and there are not. So there's only sponsored product ads at this time of making the video inside side of the cart page on mobile. All right, everyone, I hope that you found this video helpful. For a lot of you, this might have been review. And in the future, we're going to incorporate more mobile in our videos to make sure that you have a good picture and a good idea as to how to set up your ads the right way. Now, we do have a cheat sheet that we have based on the buying cycle, because we're looking to get that broad reach, that broad visibility. A lot of shoppers start their experience on mobile, so we want to fill out that part of the funnel. And in that cheat sheet, I show you how to set up your ads based on where you're targeting shoppers in that buying cycle. So I will link to that cheat sheet below, and have an amazing week. I will see you all next week.